Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Empire Life podcast. We will interview amazing, incredible founders from all around the world. And today we are with Tugce, and she is a software developer. She also mentors women in technology, and she is the founder of a tech startup. And also, I forgot to introduce Empire Life. We are a tech and digital marketing company, and we're guiding female founders in scaling their online businesses. And I'll hand it over to Tugce a little bit more to introduce herself.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm super excited to be a guest to today's podcast. I'm a software engineer based in Stockholm, Sweden. I have been working in different industries almost 10 years now here in Sweden. And I'm very passionate about coaching and mentoring other women in technology to support them so that they can pursue their careers in tech. And at the same time, I'm actually transitioning my career, and I'm in the verge of building a tech startup, which I'm really excited about, and which I would like to tell you more about what I'm doing and how my journey is progressing so far.
For sure. I would love that. And this is my first time to use this microphone. If it seems that I'm slightly awkward, that's why. I'm very happy to have almost all, eventually I want a ring light like we were talking about, but I absolutely love being able to have more of a setup to do better sound quality. It's very exciting. And Tugce, I love that you're from Turkey also. I lived in Turkey for a few years, and I'm not quite sure exactly where we connected online related to tech or women in tech, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm originally from Istanbul, Turkey. And you told me that you live in a district where I live very, very closely, and I really know that district. And I can't recognize or understand that there could be even tourists or people from abroad can live in that district, because it's not very tourist attractive district that you live for, I think 3 years you mentioned, right?
Yeah, in Başakşehir.
Bahçeşehir, yes.
and then one of the years I was in Bostanji. I moved, and people, if you don't realize that, like, Istanbul is humongous.
Yes.
And even getting to one side or the European side to the Asia or Asian side, it is can even be more than an hour. So even though it was in the same city, it was quite a big move from the European side to the Asian side. And I love both sides. I think there's benefits, because in Başakşehir, then you're very close to Taksim, and out of all the amazingness of Istanbul are the Bosphorus. Yes, a lot closer, and there's some incredible restaurants that you can sit by the Bosphorus. It's breathtaking.
The sea, the view. Exactly. Yes.
And so the first question that I really want to dive into, Tugce, is what are some challenges you've overcome in your life, and how did you overcome these? And then once you did overcome them and move through them, what was the benefit to you that made you stronger through these?
Yeah, it's a really good question. And the challenges that I have been actually facing right now is to build up a company from ground zero, right? From completely from scratch, and building a team, validating the idea, and finding the co-founder, and finding your clients, and build your network, and serve your clients, and fundraising. And all those things are really excited that you are involving in different phases of building a company. But at the same time, it's very overwhelming sometimes, that you feel like, I don't know any way to go forward. I don't know how I can do this because I have never been there. If this is the first time that you are doing something like this, then there are lots of question marks and there are lots of frustration can come over to the surface. And in those times, what I'm doing, that I'm asking the question, like, what is my very next step in this process? And it doesn't matter which phase you are in, because we humans, we have lots of what ifs, right? What if this happened? What if this will not happen? And so on. And we really easily caught up with lots of thoughts that will maybe never happen. And the easiest thing to take us from where we are to the present moment is asking, like, what is really my next step and what is in my hands? What can I do? Like, what is the most important task at this moment that really needs my attention? And when I'm asking these questions, they are very powerful questions, then I come to the moment, in present moment. And in present moment, everything is okay, everything is perfect. And then you see lots of opportunities, you see lots of ways that you can actually take, and it will take you to the closer to where you would like to be. And those questions actually I'm using when I'm coaching my clients, because the questions that can help you to come back to the reality where you can see what more you can do is actually the key. And today I have been actually having this conversation with someone, and I was telling him that I sometimes find myself like I'm coaching myself actually, and I'm asking like how I will advise if my clients ask me the same question. If my client is in my shoes and ask for advice, then how I can coach them. Then you see that if you change the places, and you don't have to be even coached to be able to think in that way, you see that there are lots of actually options that you can advise for a person and support them. And when you use that question, when you come back to presence from where you are, which ideas or which thoughts you feel like you're caught up with, then you feel that you build that muscle and you can use it whenever you feel overwhelmed, whenever you feel that I have no options left for me to go forward. And it really helps you to build it, because for the first time, maybe you will have challenges, but when you feel that you use it many times, then you see that it's very easy. I know that now I have very overwhelmed. I need to go back to the present. I need to go back and then ask, okay, I have done this far. What is my next step? And sometimes it could be maybe ask for help, right? Because sometimes we feel like we need to figure out everything by ourselves. I need to find a solution, because leveraging other people's expertise, other people's knowledge, and ask for help and see who is in my network can help me go forward in this process. And it doesn't have to be like building a company. If you're working in a career, maybe your colleague or the person closest to you maybe has some kind of a solution that can help you to progress in whatever challenge you are facing with. So that is what I'm doing, and that's what I'm teaching, because as a mentor, when you embody what you are teaching, then it's much easier to share this with others, and they really feel that everything I am supporting with that is something I'm using in my daily life as well, because we all have similar challenges in different levels based on where we are in life. So I hope this answers the question.
Yes, that's a great answer. And I often have told people that I've been mentoring, if they had a question about, am I at a point where I can mentor and I can coach, if they ask me that,
Mm-hmm.
I say a lot of times your ideal client is someone that's one or two steps behind what your expertise about something. It doesn't necessarily mean in general or as a whole. Maybe their expertise is in something else, but there is maybe two strategies behind where your success is, and if they have those strategies that a mentor or coach can give them, then they can excel and move forward a lot faster with those, even if it's two strategies. I think some people, they're like, oh, I have to be at XYZ or this income level or this many followers on Instagram, or however they're measuring their metrics, to bring it back to basics. I often say it's like two strategies ahead that will get them ahead, that you can give them and they can implement immediately. That's a successful mentor, or someone that can be there to guide them overcoming their fears or getting to the next level, moving the needle forward. How do you feel like all of this has helped you to be stronger?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like thinking ahead and having a big vision is really great. And that is the fuel why you want to start something, or that's the fuel why you want to progress or excel in your career. But at the same time, when we are caught up with lots of thoughts or lots of maybe the resistance or the how I can do that, sometimes it's not clear, right? I have a vision, but I don't know which path will gonna take me to there. And then when I ask lots of questions and feel that a little bit stressed, of course, when you know that this is very normal, and when you come back to the moment where you can see things much clearer, and you know that it's a path that you are gonna take, and every time you take a next step, every time you take action, you feel like you are getting closer and closer, and you feel like you are going forward in the right track, then that is the path that you are gonna continue. And that makes you stronger, because then you understand how the mind is working. Mind is super powerful tool if you use it in the way that it will actually helps you to achieve the things in your life. But sometimes it can like lose the control and thinking too much and overthinking and doing lots of things that makes you feel a little bit tired. Then you need to have some kind of an understanding and just stop it, that maybe you can take a break, or maybe do something that makes you feel happier, or it makes you feel excited, and then come back to that task and see, okay, where am I now, where I want to be, and how can I get there, who or what can take me there closer, and ask some questions, and then according to what answers you get, and ask people. Having a mentor and coach beside you will really help, of course. A person who has already gone that path can guide you much easier, and we can take you to that path to get back to the track much easier, actually.
For sure. And easier, faster. It feels easy. I think what was big for me when I had my first mentor was how it felt so easy for him. Every time I really did want a female mentor. I wanted specifically a senior software developer for my first mentor when I was starting Empire Life. And that was probably the most surprising thing for me, is that any question I asked him, it was, oh, I've done this, do this and this. It was a fairly fast, easy. It felt easy for him.
Yes.
Because he had already been through it. And I think that could be a missing piece. A lot of times people don't realize that it's so much faster because you're paying them for their years of experience.
Exactly. Yeah, because it's really like straightforward, right? Because they have been on the path that they want to be. So they know exactly how you can get there, because they have been there. And that is the why or how mentorship is working. Or a coach, maybe coaching is more like that person maybe never been there, but they can guide you to go there. So that's why it's really important that you find someone where that person has already been there where you would like to be, so that they can get you there. Or working with a coach can guide you with the questions and with the guidance, with asking the right questions and with the right lead. They will guide you to the position or the career where whatever you want to achieve in your life. So it will make a big difference. And when you get coaching, you will see that the other areas of your life has also improved. It's not only the area that you get coaching, right? Because coaching is very broad. You can get coaching only maybe in career, maybe in relationship, maybe in your health, or maybe in another area. And whatever area you are improving, you will see that the other areas will also affect, because you invest in yourself, and on an energy level you are improving. Yeah, like you said, that I'm worth to invest in myself, and that is that will has a lot of impact on different levels in life as well. And that is what I experience, at least in my personal journey.
Same for me. I feel like it raises our frequency, it raises our vibration, how I want
Yeah.
to call it. That it's sending, almost like it's sending waves into the world, like, yes, I am worth it. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Yes.
I want to move on to the next question, Tugce.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like entrepreneurs need a morning routine? What's your idea about that?
Yeah, I mean, of course. And if I need to be honest, I don't think that not only entrepreneurs, but everyone actually needs a morning routine, because mornings are the most important like hours in our daily life, right? Because the way we wake up, the way we start the day has a actually very big impact on how we continue and how we end the day. That's why I think that the routine, the habits that we have when we wake up, or maybe even before we wake up, is very crucial. And what I can advise is that I have a routine every morning. When I wake up, I always meditate. And I have been meditating over 2 years every day, and it is sometimes 10 minutes, it's sometimes 15 minutes. And if I see that it's very juicy and I want to stay in that moment, in that emotion and feeling for a long time, sometimes it takes 30 minutes as well, because I really would like to be myself. I want to be the person that would like to be myself first, and so that I can give this energy and this feeling, this overflow feeling, to other people that I will meet during the day. And when I wake up, sometimes you feel like you still have the thoughts and thinking that you had the day before. That's why I always clean up, because I really would like to start the day with clean, fresh minds, and thinking like, what are the things that I would like to achieve, and who and how I can reach them in an efficient way. Because when I get this energy, when I meditate and stay with myself, then it feels much easier, because you really receive the energy and the download that you need for that day. And then I always drink some water, have some fresh air outside, and before I feel like now I'm ready to rock this day. I know what I want to achieve. I know the order of the task that I want to accomplish for the day. Because we don't, for example, skip eating food or drinking water, right? Because it will be really challenging to not eat or to not drink anything during the day. And for me, meditation is also something like that I don't usually miss, but in case I miss it, I feel like I'm missing something today, because I didn't receive that boost maybe in the morning, and I didn't do my meditation, and I feel like I'm missing it. So it's a habit, actually. It's a muscle that you are building on daily basis. and then it becomes like a routine. And because when you give that time for yourself, and it could be, like I said, 10 minutes, you can start with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then you also show that you show respect to yourself, and you are worth 10 minutes of your time. It doesn't matter how busy day you have. When you give that time, you also show the universe that I'm worth it. I respect myself first, and then I respect to other people. So it has lots of other like benefits. It's not just like a routine that you need to do. It's not something that I'm doing because I have to. It's something that I'm doing because I like it, and I feel that boost in my body. And then you can add a lot of things. Sometimes having a shower is the thing that you really need before you start your day, or eating the breakfast, and or walking in the nature. It could be very different from one day to another, but from my perspective, meditation and spending some time the first thing in the morning is important, to have some kind of a clean mind, and then start your day with a happy face and high level energy. Because if we start the day with very low energy, then how are we going to end up, right? So that's why I just boost myself and start the day on a high level, and then according to what challenges I'm facing with during the day, we will see where I will end up. So yeah, and the answer of the question, yes, and it's not only for entrepreneurs. In my opinion, it's for everyone, because we all worth that time to spend with ourselves, with meditation. Sometimes it could be guided meditation to hear some other voice, or it could be nature, or some favorite person's voice would be also good. So there are many apps, and there are many ways to do it, and the thing is just find the one that you feel most comfortable with. Because I have been doing it for some time, I can do it by myself without need anything, and sometimes I want to hear someone's voice, or some mantra that really makes me excited to start that day.
Do you usually find those on YouTube if you do want to hear someone's voice, or where do you go for those?
Yeah, I'm using some apps for natural sounds, for example, if I want to hear ocean or rain or birds or something like that. And if I need to hear some other persons, like a coach or a meditation mentor, or someone, that it's probably recorded on my device. Or I'm looking for sometimes on YouTube as well, if I'm looking for a specific person. But I used to record it in case I will not have maybe a network, but I still have access to those recordings when I feel like I want to hear that, but just particular guided meditation. But nowadays, there are lots of apps providing lots of different meditations. So yeah, there are lots of options to choose from.
There are. I feel similarly. I used to think that I was too hyper energetic to meditate, and my brain has a million ideas going all the time and felt like it was racing all the time. But before I got more into meditation.
Yeah.
And similarly, like you said, at first I felt that I needed every time I felt, especially the first year probably, that I needed to have it be guided. And then most of the time, it doesn't matter where I am. I can lay on the floor, or sit down Indian style, or just lay on the bed, pretty much anywhere, or on a couch, and take myself or guide myself through meditation. Or different kind of mantras or affirmations that I have. And for people listening, it does get easier. Like you said, it is like a muscle.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's how I started as well. Like hearing others' voice and doing what they tell you. And then when you do it, then you feel like, I mean, I can do this too, whenever I want, because the only thing you need just the breathe. It's the easiest way to just let everything go and be in the present, and then connecting to the universal energy. And I'm very spiritual. I am not gonna dive deep into that part, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel very different when I'm in that moment and meditate. It's a different level, and I'm feel very grateful that I received this wisdom from my coaches. I can't really like express my gratitude that I didn't even know that this exists, that we are only mental or physical, but we are not. So yeah, it's really interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
I have a quick question regarding that topic. Do you meditate on the weekends too, or is it mostly?
Yeah, I mean, for every day.
Every day.
Because yeah, like I said, do you eat food at the weekends?
Yeah,
we do. So
right, that's a good point.
Yeah, so like I said, it's for me, it's eating food or drinking water. We drink water every day, right? Or eat food every day. And meditation is also a food for your body and for your spirit, to just let everything go and be with yourself. Because for me, meditation is spending time with yourself. We don't do that actually that much when we are caught up with lots of work and so on. But I really feel that we need it. Sometimes I got some questions, for example, like how you manage to like have that long meditation, like half an hour. Sometimes it can take even longer. I mean, why not? It's the best thing to spend that time with yourself, and then share that overflow with others. So
I agree. I've gotten that question before too. I've gotten a question also that slowing down, why does slowing down help you to speed up?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
this is very counterintuitive for a lot of people, that taking that time to yourself makes you have more energy, and you're giving back to yourself by slowing down, by tuning into your breath, like checking in with different parts of your body, like you're saying, and your mind, and letting things go that you need to let go. And every time I come out of that, I have so much more energy.
Yeah, exactly. Because you are connected.
Yeah.
Yes. So you get the connection with the universal energy, that we are all connected. And then you download also. Sometimes when I was, for example, debugging, and I'm just looking at the same code maybe for a very long time, and I can't find it because I'm really caught up, very focused. And then when I give a very short break or talk with someone and having some fun, and then I sit down on the computer and I found it like this. So yeah, so when you give that time, when you give the time that you need, and get that connection with others, with the energy, then you see that you feel, and you feel different, you look different, and you vibrate on a different energy level. That's why things come much easier, like you mentioned, that you find solution to a problem that maybe you have been looking for quite some time, or maybe you find how you can fix the bug that you have been looking for some time. So things get easier because you get the connection. You are now connected with the source, and then you find the solution or the fix that you are looking for. Then it's much easier to find out.
When we're more calm, right, things seem, or coming from another way to say that, like coming from a grounded, stable place.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm a better parent when I'm coming from that place. I'm a better friend. I'm a better daughter.
Yeah.
Like, just to feel better.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this on video too, it's interesting. I feel like the microphone is going in and out of the background. Kind of interesting. It keeps coming back. I might have to work on my background because it's usually not doing that. I think it's related to the mic. So that's interesting.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
So the next one, Tugce, is what do you do when you feel any resistance?
Yeah, resistance is interesting, right?
It is. I feel we are having it
Yeah,
in
yeah.
our businesses every day. If we're really successful or we're experiencing a lot of success or even little
Mm-hmm.
successes, big successes, all of those
Mm-hmm.
have resistance accompany them,
Yeah.
most likely.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, why do we feel resistance and how does happen? I mean, it happens because when we leave our comfort zone, then our ego or our like personality or character will try to get us back, right? And that is the resistance. If I feel resistance, it feels like I'm gonna learn something new, I'm gonna grow up, or I'm leaving my comfort zone. Why? That's why it feels very uncomfortable. Because, for example, if I do something, it could be starting a new business. I haven't done that before, so I don't know how I can do it or how I can approach that problem. That's why I find resistance, because I know what is working, where lies my comfort zone, right? Because it's easier to stay there because I know that place. And when I leave that place to another place which I don't know, then of course it's very obvious that I will feel some resistance. So when I feel the resistance, I'm really dive deep into the feeling. What is it that? Is it my ego just trying to protect me because I'm leaving my comfort zone and doing something new? That's why I feel a little bit hesitated maybe. Or sometimes you really want to do it, but something happens and you don't do it, and it doesn't feel that good. At least that's how I feel. And then it's not resistance, actually. Maybe it's not something that I meant to do. That's why I really dive deep into what is it that is it like the energy in energy level. I have very big passion, but at the same time I'm scared, or the fear it comes up on the surface, or the complaint, or like some kind of an energy that is coming from my ego. Then I'm doing anyways, because I'm not gonna listen my ego that I really want to do this. I really want to start this business because I'm 100% sure that that is what I want to do. But if I have a feeling that whatever I want to do is doesn't feel that good for some reason that I don't know, then I will just stop not doing it. So it really depends on the feeling and listening myself. But when I am sure that this path is the path, but I don't want to do it because I don't know. I'm scared. I have fear because I have never done that before. It's very human, as everyone will feel that way. Then I will do it anyway. I take this step. I do it, and then actually you see that fear just disappeared because it's not real. Because when I take the action, when I do it, even though I feel the resistance, then it feels very good, because now you are in a completely different zone or a different area that you have never been before. And it feels really different, but it's also exciting. Like I mentioned from the beginning, that I'm transitioned my career, like working for corporations for many years and doing this business in a completely different zone, because now I'm shift my mindset, seeing problems as a business opportunity. And different, like my approach has changed, the way I look things change, and that perspective also is a different way of seeing things. And it was not comfortable from the beginning to make even this decision. I felt a lot of resistance from the beginning, that why should I do that? No, I want to keep my day job instead. But then when I make the decision, then it felt really interesting, because now I have lots of options, lots of ways of solving problems in people's lives. And then there is another resistance came up, right? Because then I came to another level. So resistance will always come up as long as you leave your comfort zone and do something that you haven't done before. But when you take the action, when you know that this is the path, this is what you really want to do, this is something you really feel it, and at the same time you feel that resistance, which is very human, as everyone will feel that way. And when you take the action, you see that fear is gone. Fear is not there anymore, because you did it. You take the action. You didn't listen the feeling, the resistance, and you did it. So I think the fear that really holds us back, right? The fear of failure sometimes, the fear of success really holds us back and not do it. But when we take the action, we see that the other side of the fear is where we feel the excitement. That is what I experience, at least.
I feel resistance, like you were saying, every day at every level.
Yes.
And to really, something that I feel about it is that it feels helpful when I'm mentoring and coaching too, is to instead of pushing through, instead of thinking, well, why, I don't want to feel this anymore and I'm just gonna plow through it or push through, is instead to get curious and ask ourselves, like you were saying, is this something that I really need to do to push the needle forward in my business? Or am I feeling resistance right now? Am I feeling uncomfortable? And why am I feeling uncomfortable? And what is the thing that I want to do? What is that going to, what do I want the outcome to be? But like, for example, and starting a podcast. So what does somebody want the outcome to be? They probably want to have a larger audience. They want people to be able to get to know them freely or for free, mostly. And at a deeper level, maybe be able to have guests on that they're connecting with, that are in their network, have a lot of listeners. So then those people can understand the guests that we have, or the person hosting it. And then in turn, what is the major outcome? It's probably to start having more success in their business, or to have higher level clients eventually, that maybe they were following them on their podcast for a long time. But all of that learning curve of where you're going to host your podcast, what kind of mic are you going to have? Are you going to have a mic at the beginning? Who are you going to have? Who is your ideal people that are going to be on there, and who's listening? So first of all, who's your ideal listener? And then that means then you want to give them value consistently. About, well, all of that is getting uncomfortable with the whole process.
And when you ask those questions, actually, you feel much calmer, right? The fear of success, or the fear of asking questions to other people, or fear of failure, having no one in your podcast or wherever, they just disappear. They were just thoughts that just come to your mind to be able to, like, maybe give you some options that this could also have happened. But when you feel that you have passionate to have those podcasts and deliver to people who really need those talks, when you focus on that, you feel that, no, I really want this. This is the path that I want to do, because there are lots of benefits for people and for the guests and for me as well. And then there is no question, then just do it, right? But when you started, then you had lots of questions, lots of resistance, and it's very normal, because you have never done that before. You don't know how. And but when you ask the questions, when you really understand where it is located, or what are the roots to that resistance, where does it come from really, and when you really dive deep into that, you see that it's fear, and it's very normal. Of course you will feel that fear, But when you ask questions, is this the path? Is this the thing that I want to do? And the answer is yes, then do it. There's nothing that can hinder you to not do it.
Absolutely. And then when you are doing it, realize that you're going to get
Yeah.
better. You get better
Yes.
every single time that you do it, because that's another thing. When we're just starting, we're not going to be as great as next year or as 2 years. But if we never actually move through or get curious about the resistance or ask the people that we need to ask or have those guests on that
Yeah.
we need to have on, then we're never going to give ourselves even an opportunity to get better through that process. And I know we're kind of running out of time because I gotta go to pick up my daughter pretty soon. Otherwise, I feel like there's so much we can talk about.
Yeah, yes, I agree.
Um,
Yeah, very good.
if we
Yeah.
can move to the last question, which was the takeaway. Did you want to talk about that? Like the 3 to 5 takeaways that if you were starting, or you have recently started a business, but like if you were in the beginning phases right now
Yeah.
in your life
Yeah.
and someone was asking you, okay, well, like we were talking about at the beginning, what are the 3 to 5 things that you wish you had known or that you know now that you can share with our incredible audience and community here?
Yeah, the first thing is never give up, because we talk about this actually, and we mentioned it a lot of times, that when you feel resistance, when you see a hinder or whatever challenge you have, you always feel that whatever problem you're facing in your career, in your relationship, or in your business, there is always a solution. And when you see that you have challenges, be happy that you are learning, you are growing, because every problem is here to give you, to support you to grow, because we all humans here to grow, right? It doesn't matter like where, which level you are in your life. We all here to grow, and the challenges are actually gives us that opportunity. So that is my first advice, that never give up and look for the lesson. What can I learn from that? Even it could be a challenge, or maybe sometimes from a failure, because for me failure actually doesn't really exist. It's a learning. So look for the lessons, like where I was before this challenge and where I am after I overcome. You learn something, and that is how we live our lives. That's why, like, just go and ask the question, what is my very next step? And if you feel that you need help, and that is my second question, to ask for help, because we sometimes feel like we need to be hustle and do everything. Get coached, get mentor, find that person that really can get you where you would like to be, and get the advice and the guide. It could be a coach, it could be a mentor. And like I mentioned, when you start to invest in yourself, you will see that this will not only affect one area of your life, but whole area of your life. And also people around you will also get a lot of benefit, because when you raise your energy and frequency, the people around you, your family members, your colleagues, your neighbors, everyone will also get benefit. So that is also my second advice, to start investing in yourself. You can start with very small investment and then continue, and then you see that it will really help you to achieve the things that you really would like to achieve. And the third thing is believe in yourself, trust in yourself, because at the end of the day, if you don't believe yourself that you can do this, if you don't have the trust, then no one does either. Believe in yourself that all the things that you have done is good enough, because we all have self-doubt. We all feel that I'm not good enough to do this, which is not true. Everything you have done bring you where you are now. And when you start believing yourself that you got this, then you will see that the opportunities or the right people will actually start to come into your life. Is because you have that trust in yourself. and that faith is also very important when you do something completely different, or you want to transition your life in a different direction. Don't lose that trust whenever you feel like you can't do it, or whenever you feel like you fail. We never fail, we learn. And sometimes we got rejections, and rejection sometimes is a redirection. So it's really how you see things, right? So that's my third advice, that believe in yourself, that you are good enough, and you can achieve whatever you want as long as you want it, and get the support that you need will, of course.
Definitely. And always come back to those 3, especially always come
Yeah.
back.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And how can people contact you, Tugce?
I am available on social media, and my handle is Heart-Centric Tech. So that is my handle, where I use on LinkedIn, on Facebook and Instagram, and www.heartcentrictech.com, my website. So if you want to reach out, if you want to talk about the topics that we mentioned today, or if there is anything else that you wonder, just feel free to contact me. I would love to hear your comments, your feedbacks, or anything that you would like to share. I'm very open and available on all social channels.
Amazing. I also feel like we almost need a part 2 to go more into detail about women, and we didn't get to cover all the questions, and also women in tech and different challenges and mindset hacks for those of you guys listening. I feel I'll reach out to you. I feel like we're destined destined to do a part 2.
Yes, exactly.
It was great to have you, and we'll
thank
talk
you
really soon.
thank you very much for having me. Yes, thank you.